Okay, so if you're a developer working in a big company, you've probably run into this problem. How do you use these amazing new AI code assistants to get your work done faster without tripping every single security alarm in the building? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down today.
I mean, this is the question, right? It's the central conflict that every single enterprise developer is dealing with. On one side, you've got this incredible promise of a huge productivity boost. But on the other, there's this very real fear of leaking proprietary code. It's a classic tug of war between moving fast and staying safe. And really, it all boils down to this one simple idea. This is the mantra you hear inside pretty much every large organization right now. Everyone wants the magic of AI autocomplete, but absolutely nobody wants to be the one who accidentally leaks the company's secret sauce. This sentence just perfectly captures the entire challenge.
All right, so to get a real handle on this, we can't just look at a list of features. We've got to dig a little deeper and understand the core philosophy behind the four major players in this space. Because, as you'll see, each one is built with a totally different identity in mind.
So first up, we've got Tabnine. And the best way to think about it, it's the fortress. Its entire reason for being is security, privacy, and control. This is the tool for teams where locking down code is the absolute #1 priority. We're talking about things like on-premise deployments, where your code literally never leaves your company's network.
Then, on the complete opposite end of the spectrum, you've got GitHub Copilot. This is the sprinter. This tool is all about pure, unadulterated speed and creativity. It's absolutely brilliant for churning out massive blocks of boilerplate code, writing unit tests, and just generally getting you from a blank screen to a working implementation as fast as possible. Okay, next on our list is Amazon Code Whisperer, and this one is the specialist. If you live and breathe AWS, this is probably going to be your best friend. It has this incredibly deep understanding of AWS APIs and services, and it comes with a really nice bonus, a built-in security scanner that helps you catch problems before they ever get into production. It's a true cloud expert.
And last but not least, we have Cursor. Now, this one's a little different. Think of it as the architect. It's not just about simple autocomplete. It's actually a whole code editor designed for that deep, high-level thinking. It's perfect for when you need to do a huge, complex refactor across a dozen files, or when you're trying to fix some really deep-seated architectural depth.
Okay, so when you lay it all out like this, the whole story becomes crystal clear. You can really see how those different philosophies shake out. Just look at the security and privacy row. Tabnine is sitting there with a perfect 5 stars. But then, if you look down at chat-based reasoning, the ability to actually talk to the AI about your code, Cursor is the undisputed king. It just goes to show you, there's no single best tool. There's only the right tool for the job you're doing right now. So that brings up a really common question I see all the time. Why is it that some of the biggest companies out there, think major banks, healthcare firms, will often block a super powerful tool like Copilot, but they'll give the green light to Tabnine? Let's dive into the logic behind that. See, if you put on your corporate lawyer hat for a second, the difference is night and day. Copilot was trained on a massive amount of public code from GitHub, and that just raises all sorts of tricky questions about intellectual property. Tabnine, on the other hand, can be deployed completely inside your own private network. That just wipes out that entire category of risk. It gives the compliance folks a nice, clean, auditable trail, which makes them very happy. And this is so important to understand. It's not always about the raw technical facts. A tool like Copilot might be technically very secure, but in the enterprise world, the perception of risk can be even more powerful than the reality. A conservative legal team is always going to choose the path of least resistance, the path with zero ambiguity. And that's the exact problem that Tabnine is designed to solve.
Let's make this super concrete. Say you're a Java developer, right? Now, Tabnine is fantastic at straight-up autocomplete accuracy. It's top of its class. But Copilot has a much deeper awareness of frameworks like Spring Boot. It can write whole controllers, generate tests for you, things Tabnine just isn't built to do. So most developers would probably reach for Copilot, unless, of course, that bottom row kicks in and the company says no.
And all of this leads to maybe the most important takeaway of this whole thing. The really effective senior developers, they're not just picking one tool and calling it a day. No, they're building a sophisticated workflow, an AI stack, where each tool has a very specific job to do. So what does this pro-level AI stack actually look like in practice? Well, it's kind of like this.
Copilot is your workhorse for day-to-day coding speed. But the second you start touching AWS services, you switch over to Code Whisperer to tap into its specialized knowledge. When it's time to tackle a big refactor, you fire up Cursor. And running in the background through all of this, if you're in one of those high-security environments, is Tabnine, acting as your safe, compliant, autocomplete safety net.
So what does that look like day to day? Well, it's a simple 4-step process. Step 1. It always starts with a human. You design the architecture, you define the data models and APIs. Then, step 2, you bring in the AI for speed. Use Copilot to just blast through all that boilerplate. Step 3, you bring in the AI architect, Cursor, to help you refine and improve the structure. But the final and most crucial step is always human review. The AI is your assistant, but you are always the one with the final say.
Okay, so this isn't just about tools and workflows. This has huge implications for your career. This whole AI revolution is fundamentally changing what it means to be a developer, and that's especially true when you look at the difference between junior and senior engineers.
And this right here, this is one of the most critical things to get. The impact of AI is completely different depending on your experience level. For junior devs, there's a real danger that these tools become a crutch. They start accepting code they don't really understand. But for senior engineers, these exact same tools become a massive force multiplier, freeing them up to focus on high-level architecture. It makes them 2, even 3 times more productive. AI is actually widening the skill gap.
So how do you stay on the right side of that divide? How do you stay relevant? It's actually pretty simple. You have to double down on the things that AI is still terrible at: system design, distributed systems, cloud architecture, security. Let the AI handle all the repetitive stuff, the boilerplate, the syntax. You focus on the high-level thinking that actually creates value.
Really, you can boil this entire shift down to one single idea. Your ability to type code quickly is now basically irrelevant. Your ability to think about systems, that is now everything. Your value isn't in how fast you can code, it's in how well you can design.
So let's wrap up with this. You've probably heard that old saying, AI won't replace you, but a developer using AI will. Well, after looking at how these tools really work and how they're changing the game, the only question you really need to ask yourself is, which one of those developers are you going to be?